You guys have been asking for this one, so Drow players, your time has come. But before we dive in, can you answer me a question real quick? Do you ever feel like people judge you or assume the worst about you before you've even said a thing? Yeah. Let's talk about why you love Drow. Now, I know I touched on them briefly in the elf video, and a lot of that video does apply. Working hard to present the best version of yourself so no one sees the messy underneath. But for Drow players, you also want to reclaim the stigma that's been thrown on you and show that you're powerful despite everything you've been through. So Drow are a variant of elves that live in the Underdark, and that has shaped their appearance and their magic. The most common Drow societies follow the Spider Queen lore, who is about as terrible as you'd expect from someone whose nicknames include Queen of Darkness and Spider Bee. And their societies are just as terrible. As a result, they're shunned by pretty much everyone above ground. However, that doesn't mean all Drow are bad. In fact, Drizzt, D&D's most famous Drow, made his whole story about proving that where you come from doesn't define who you are. Sound familiar? In psychology, that's called self-authorship. Choosing your own values and identity rather than just accepting the ones that were handed down to you. Maybe you've experienced darkness in your past and are fighting to prove that it gave you strength, rather than letting it be seen as a weakness or vulnerability. Or maybe you grew up with very different views to those around you and are actively trying to carve your own path away from how you were raised. Your Drow gives you an opportunity to take that story and turn it into something powerful and tangible to play around with at the table. But before you go, let me tell you about your shadow. Psychologist Carl Jung had a theory that we all have a shadow self that's made up of all of the parts of ourselves that we have disowned or repressed. And playing a Drow with all their dark lore could be a perfect way of exploring and accepting those sides of yourself, which is thought to be incredibly healing. So my lovely Drow, what do you think? Has your Drow helped you to reclaim some of your identity or darkness? Because if you just love spiders, we're gonna have a problem. So until next time, well, darlings.